Welcome back to Key Talk Media. This your host, Key Talk. Check it out, man. All right. Hey, I want to say a big thank you to those that hit the like button for me. It's greatly appreciated. I'm talking about that's the only thing I ever ask. If y'all don't never ask for money and nothing like that at all, just make sure y'all hit that like button if you're listening to my voice right now. And I'm gonna continue to drop the content every single day. Anyway, so now that y'all like the video, let's get the content started. So we got a couple rappers to talk about today. The first rapper is P. Yungin. P. Yungin has actually passed away, and y'all may know that P. Yungin was NBA Youngboy's ex-artist, but they ended up getting into it. P. Yungin ended up dissing a whole lot of stuff, right? We'll get into that. But also another rapper that goes by the name of Ksoo, who's actually on trial right now for a few murders. You know, not only is he on trial for a few murders, his daddy is actually going to take the stand to snitch on him. But Ksoo, of course, he was a big bad dude while he was free, and now that he's locked up inside of jail, he's asking for prayers and all type of help, saying his constitutional rights is being violated. We're gonna I'm gonna read y'all what Buddy had to say while he's actually locked up, right? So let me see if I can make this a bit smaller so y'all can see it. So we're gonna read this and then we're gonna get into the whole murder of P. Youngin, right? So Ksoo came out. He said, "To whom this may concern, I, Hakeem Robinson, is being housed in PDF, which is Duval Pretrial Detention Facility. I am being mentally abused by staff officials in this facility. My Fourth Amendment, which is my constitutional right, has been violated. I've been placed in isolation with other detainees who are mentally ill, have serious health issues, have been diagnosed with different illnesses and disabilities." I'm gonna be completely real. Whenever the courts, the laws, the Georgias, the police, all these people listen to the hip hop music and they hear about a whole lot of killing and sliding, and they actually able to match the people that actually died and actually got killed, they actually look at that as a mental illness, of fratricide. Fratricide wanting to kill one's own brother. So it's not a genocide that's going on inside the black community. It's actually called a fratricide. That's when you out to seek to kill your own brothers. You know, I'm talking about someone, your own brothers. You dig what I'm saying? But that's pretty much the illness that I guess they seeing inside of Buddy. But although they seeing that illness inside of Buddy, he said he's been abused inside of the jails and he needs some type of help. And I'm gonna finish reading y'all what else Buddy had to say. He said, health issues and have been diagnosed with different illnesses and disabilities. I've not violated any rules in this facility nor received any disciplinary orders. I've never been diagnosed with any physical, mental, or illness or disability disorders to be housed in such an unstable environment. I fully understand this is jail and I can't have things my way, but I am a human being and I deserve to be treated accordingly. This goes back to my 14th Amendment. Listen, you put a street inside of jail that they never knew nothing about the amendments, what the first, second, third, fourth amendment is, and Buddy done skip way to the 14th Amendment. You know what I'm talking about? Saying that they done violated that. Because when you out and you free and doing all the murdering and killing and or even just participating with a murder business, period, it's all fun and games. But whenever them people put you behind them bars and they start treating you like a slave, because we all know whenever you get locked up, they strip away your rights because it says you are free unless you get detained or convicted or something like that, right? I can go deeper into it, but I've already said it on this channel a lot. But that's basically treating Buddy like a slave, you know what I'm talking about? Because he's locked up. So I mean, he really ain't got no rights, and nobody actually cares. So here's the thing about it, right? It's the crazy part about it. The fans that listen to the rappers that talk about killing, that want to actually see them kill and want them to, it's like the hunger. No, it's like the Squid Games, right? And the people in the Squid Games, how they was just watching it, drinking their alcohol and watching the people die and try to win. The fans, when it comes to hip hop and murder music, the fans don't really care who dies or not. The fans is just watching back, seeing, I wonder if he's gonna die next because he's dissing, right? Or if he's gonna go to jail next because we know that he killed him. It's always everybody always be knowing who killed who. There's documentaries of the biggest killers and stuff like that inside of hip hop, right? So whenever a rapper goes to jail, I just want y'all to understand that the fans don't actually care, fam. I doubt that there's fans sending all type of letters to Ksoo, trying to the wardens, not just to him, but to like the wardens and the jails and stuff like that, to say, hey, you're treating him wrong. No, they actually look at him as a killer. So I mean, it's not a lot of sympathy. You know what I'm talking about? So that's the lifestyle you choose. That's the lifestyle you choose, and go do whatever you do. But understand it ain't no sympathy if you end up getting locked up for it. Just honestly speaking, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so It says, this goes back to my 14th Amendment, which is the United States Constitution rights, which states and reads, failure to provide safe housing, neglecting duty, discrimination, and failure to conduct proper investigation. By violating my 8th Amendment right, which is unconstitutional, give me just a second here, which is unconstitutional, cruel, and unusual punishment by placing me in a mental illness disability dormitory where detainees are throwing even eating their own and drinking their own ends. This has caused me to have mental breakdowns where I haven't eaten and slept in days. Being isolated in isolation 6 cast dormitory is in this facility 23 hours a day has caused me post-traumatic stress. I am not able to contact my family members or talk to other detainees. So it sounds like Buddy's really going through it. Due to their disabilities, making it hard for them to understand me. I can't do in this facility. Last year, it was reported to have 23 deaths in this facility due to lack of medical treatment, fentanyl overdose, and lack of detoxification. My biggest fear is dying in this cell without any help. I have a family. I am a citizen of the United States. Listen, fam. You know how in the streets they be like, you's a civilian. I'm a street, right? You a civilian and I'm a street. Buddy is now saying, you put him behind these bars, and now Buddy's saying he's a civilian. He said he is a citizen of the United States. I told y'all, whenever you join the streets, you know what I'm talking about, you take that oath and that code, you actually give away some of your rights as a citizen of the United States of America, and you can't participate as a full-fledged citizen. And what does that do? That knocks you down from a human to a slave, because you have to go under a whole code and system that actually isn't even on the books, that isn't part of the law of the land, right? And that's what it does to you. I'm talking about, but you don't really understand it until you get locked up and you got to face the consequences for whatever actions that you done did. You understand me? Anyway, so it continues and it says, I am a human being. I am being judged by people who don't know me or have knowledge of me. They are just going off my music lyrics. I can 100% say yes, they are going off the music lyrics. You know what I'm talking about? And even though you shouldn't be judged by the lyrics, you are judged by the lyrics. And I can't even say you shouldn't be judged by the lyrics, because if you're walking down the street and you see somebody that you know is a killer or rap about being a killer, you see them in a shiesty ski mask, a backpack, and a gun, you have the full authority to judge and either cross that street the other way, turn around, or say F it. I'm whatever buddy I'm on. You know what I'm talking about? It ain't about being scared. It's just about having common sense and being smart. You know what I'm talking about? It's okay to judge. It ain't a bad thing to judge. You got to judge people to see what type of person they is. When you first meet a person, you see how they is, you see how they dress, you see how they stance, how they talk. All that stuff is judgments that creates identity on how you see them inside of your head. And it is what it is when it comes to that type of stuff. You know what I'm talking about? If you're gonna be a big bad killer, a big bad person that's gonna step in the streets, you got to just stand on that. You know what I'm talking about? Even when you go to jail, you got to stand on that. You know what I'm talking about? And it is what it is. It ain't a lot of sympathy for killers. It ain't a lot of sympathy for people that potentially are killers. It ain't a lot of sympathy for a lot of people that's in the streets, period, at all. I'm just telling y'all that. You know what I'm talking about? At least by the world. You know what I'm talking about? 'Cause when you go to jail, you outside of you still in the streets. A lot of street people in jail, but I'm just telling you that and when it comes to the people that's in power, they don't care about no street rules. The people in power don't care about that at all. Actually, they use the street rules to their advantage to continue to lock y'all up so they can continue to make a whole lot of money off there. You know what I'm talking about? But y'all don't care until you're in a position like this, and then you start talking about being a human and being your 14th Amendment rights and all this type of stuff like that. You know what I'm talking about? Anyway, so if we continue, it says, my music is my constitutional right, which is my First Amendment and right that I have, which is freedom of speech. I can voice my opinion and I have a right to speak if someone speak out against me. It is right. I am an innocent and have been innocent for 4 years of my incarceration, and I am being punished. If I was guilty, I wouldn't be sitting in a pretrial detention facility. I have the highest bail in the state of Florida, which is $5 million. That I can't make it. That I can't make. It's cruel and unusual. I ask my supporters, even the people who don't know of me, to reach out to local officials in this district to help me immediately, ASAP. The address where I'm being housed is 500 East Adams Street, Jacksonville, Florida. I'm going to be completely honest with you, fam. Just like I said earlier, there is not much sympathy from the fans. I'm going to read the comment section, and without even having already read it, I'm willing to bet it's a lot of laughing emojis and a lot of people pretty much saying, hey, you knew what you was getting yourself into, or just stuff around that area, because people don't actually care. I'm telling you, if you're a rapper and you rap about killing, Do what you want to do. I don't care at all. I don't care about none of this, none of these people, none of this at all. I'm just reporting the news. But I'm telling you right now, if you're rapping a rap back killer, you end up getting killed or you end up actually getting arrested. People don't care, bro. They think it's a logical person understands a person that's potentially killing will potentially end up inside of jail, will potentially end up dead. That's just what a logical person will actually think. And even people that's participating in it know that it's jail or death that it actually ends in, right? So with that being said, fam, I mean, this is just what comes with it, you know what I'm talking about? And everybody knows it, even you knows it, you know what I'm talking about? Anyway, so let's go to the comment section, see what the comment section has to say. The first comment said, niggas literally take life, then start crying about their rights being violated every time. Is karma. And then we see the comments attached to that. It says, niggas like him and YNW Melly been fighting the case for 47 years and they haven't even been proven, they haven't proven them guilty. So you can't say they did that for sure. What the fuck? They still human. They must be incarcerated properly. Okay, so I can actually say what Buddy just said does make some sense because as a human and as a United States citizen, you do have rights that is innocent until proven guilty, right? Now, if they do have a lot of evidence, more than likely they're not going to just free you and let you go. So I understand it. So I want to see his response. Okay, then they need to stop all that capping and that music. Then off that's the case. It's more evidence than Ksoo case though, to be honest, because his own dad snitched on him, but still they haven't proven it yet. If his own daddy telling on him, sounds to me like he might it might be some validity to what he be saying in his music and on the internet. So for me, I hate when niggas be the toughest serial killer gangsters, then cry when they go to jail and get tough. You can't complain about your rights being violated and you out here chasing niggas down. And of course, laughing emojis, laughing emojis. It's called isolation, my boy. It's cool. You would get used to it. Ha ha ha. That song fire though. See, they care about the song and the music, but they don't actually care about the artist and what happens to them. That's what I try to tell y'all. The artists to be getting lit, that's off the murder and killing and stuff like that. You think that the fans are just with you. The fans is watching to see somebody die, to see somebody go to jail, and all type of other stuff. Now, there are people that actually do love the artist as well, but for the majority of the people, they just here for the entertainment, right? And the entertainment, unfortunately, is like the Squid Games, is you dying or going to jail. Didn't bro Pops tell on him? Cry now. Rip Foolio and BB. It's a dog eat dog world, my boy. I ain't even got to read the rest of the comments. I already told y'all what it is and how it is and what it's about. You know what I'm talking about? But now we got to get into none other than P. Yungin, who was murdered. Right, so P. Yungin, which of course is NBA Youngboy's ex-artist, he was unalive last night, right? But the crazy part about it is he actually begged to die. He literally made a post, and it said, "Death needs to hurry up. I'm tired of waiting on this stuff." So it's almost as if Buddy was doing stuff that he could die. And it's insane because this is actually what's actually happening. You know, I'm talking about people that's actually begging death to arrive to them, and it's actually coming, not even when they least expect it, because they already expecting it. You know what I'm talking about? You got the power of the tongue is very, very strong. So I'm gonna actually read this about him, right? So it says, rapper P. Yungin, rumored dead. Rapper P. Yungin, born Cameron McClay, is rumored to have passed away on Tuesday, December 3rd. The news began circulating through social media with College Kid on X, formerly Twitter, posting an image of P. Yungin with his mentor, NBA Youngboy, and captioning it, NBA Youngboy's Baton Rouge artist P. Yungin rumored to have passed away. And a similar report was shared by Rap House TV. Okay, let's continue. It says, in addition, rapper and YouTuber BBGD, of course, he was cool with him, posted a tribute on his Instagram story, sharing a picture of P. Yungin and the caption, "We live and learn. I told you the truth, brother. Jesus, the only way." Of course, BBGD, if y'all don't know, he used to be a super gangster. He got his lips blew off. And when he got his lips blew off, he pretty much turned to God. If you don't know who BBGD is, let me actually show y'all who BBG is. BBGD, luckily, he was able to turn his life around because he was out in the streets stuck with NBA Youngboy and them and all that, you know what I'm talking about? But he just happened to be one of the ones that turned his life around. And now, it did take for him to get his lips blew off for him to turn his life around, but it don't matter. He still turned his life around and trying to do things for a better cause, you know what I'm talking about? So this right here, what I'm about to show y'all is BBGD. Okay, so there goes BBGD. As you can see, BBGD used to have regular lips. When he was thugging in the streets, he ended up getting his lips blow off, and he got out the streets, which is perfectly fine and okay. You can laugh at his lips all you want to, you know what I'm talking about, but at least Buddy was able to get out the streets and turn his life around, go to God, and now he'll maybe have a longer, better life. And he was trying to get P Youngin out the streets too. He told all of them. He told him, NBA Youngboy, all of them, hey man, get out the streets. It ain't nothing but death, murder, and all type of other stuff that's gonna pretty much happen to you, right? But of course, don't listen. You know what I'm talking about? And unfortunately, this is what happened. It says, so that's him. It says NBA Youngboy associate Lil Dump also mentioned P Youngin. Hold on. During a live session, saying we smoking at the pieces of P Youngin, man, because he dissed. So P Youngin, before he died, actually was dissing NBA Youngboy's partner, Big Dump. Well, Big Dump, y'all know the story of Big Dump. Lil Dump Jr. is obviously he's still cool with NBA Youngboy, signed to him. But this guy here, who was once cool with him, actually dissed Big Dump, right? It says during a live session, saying we smoking to further fuel the rumors, NBA Youngboy's sister, who was reportedly P Youngin's ex, shared a video story featuring rapper with an alleged newborn accompanied by a fingers crossed emoji. So P Youngin, who was once signed to NBA Youngboy, who started beefing with NBA Youngboy, actually got NBA Youngboy's sister's pregnant. So she got his baby, or not, well, got her pregnant, but had the baby. So now the baby's gonna be without a father because of, I mean, he's been unalive, right? So it's just a whole cycle of just BS that goes on. Even though he had a baby and to something, that's something to live for, he still was waiting on death to come and get him, as you've seen in that post that I said, right? It continues and it says, despite these emotional tributes and social media posts, there has been no official confirmation of P Youngin's death, leaving fans and the hip hop community in uncertainty. P Youngin was born, okay, we're not gonna go when he was born and stuff like that. However, I do want to say, however it goes, bro, like I always say, RIP to the, RIP to those who have lost their life in a war. RIP to those who will lose their life in a war, because we know that it's an endless cycle that literally will never stop. You know what I'm talking about? And unfortunately, that's just what it is. I got to tell y'all how it is. Cutthroat, yeah, talking about, and I can't really go around cutting no corners or nothing like that. Y'all talking about, I gotta just be real with y'all, let y'all know how it is. Anyway, so how do y'all feel about P Youngin actually being unalive? Is it expected, or is it something that y'all already knew was actually gonna happen, or is it unexpected, right? And how do y'all feel about Ksoo? Ksoo is saying he's violating his 14th Amendment rights, getting violated. He is a human being. He's a United States citizen, and he hasn't been found guilty of his crimes. So do they have the right to pretty much hold him, right? Even though his daddy snitching on him, done already told some stuff to investigators, all type of stuff like that. Anyways, let me know something coming out below. Let me know what you think about this entire ordeal. I'm out.